Yo, YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, man, back at y'all with another video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes, man. So we got some breaking news in the NBA. You know what I mean? It's only been like what? We're only like what, 2 games into the season, man, and the NBA has a serious gambling problem. Something that we kind of already knew. Something that I kind of anticipated when the NBA and all these other sports leagues have decided to make gambling legal in the United States for a majority of the states that's in the US, of course. I don't know about every state, but majority of states gambling is legal now. And I be talking to a lot of my homies. It's like bro, it's like 5 to 10 times harder to hit on a parlay nowadays. Like it doesn't matter if you're on Underdog, Prize Picks. There's just so many apps, FanDuel, Fanatics, so many apps, bro. Um, so many betting props. Uh, so that begs the question, right? Because I seen the documentary about how the NBA had refs betting on the games and rigging the games and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that stuff is still going on, but it's at like an all-time high. Recently, Chauncey Billups, head coach of the Trailblazers, just got caught up in some gambling scandal, and I was listening to what Shaq had to say about this on Insider or whatever, and he was basically just saying like there's no reason for Chauncey Billups to be gambling. You know what I mean? You're already on a $9 million a year salary. So what do you need to do? What do you need to be gambling for? I mean, I kind of agree with him on that, but at the same time, I also don't really know what the hell Chauncey Billups be having going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? I don't know the man's life personally. And recently, also, we already know about Terry Rozier, man. Terry Rozier been betting on the games. He been gambling under the table, bro, ever since last season. That's the reason why he wasn't present for a lot of those games with the Miami Heat. Um, Michael Porter Jr. also said something about how the NBA players make money off of gambling.
There you
You
go.
get mad at these dudes like
That that don't get your
that do
parlay.
the sports betting, but think about if you could get all your homies rich by
Yeah,
telling them, yo,
no shit.
bet $10,000 on my under, this one game I'm gonna act like I got an injury and I'm a sit out. I'm gonna come out after 3 minutes, and they all get a little bag because you did it one game. Sports gambling stuff can affect that a lot. Like,
100%.
think about it.
And stuff like that recently too as well, not that long ago. So a lot of these players, man, with them having the inside knowledge that they have, it's a lot easier for them to maneuver and figure out who's gonna go under, who's going over, especially when you have people's injuries and stuff like that. That a lot of times betting apps in Vegas doesn't want the normies, us, the betters, to get our hands on certain information. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But this is something that, like I said before, like I said earlier, this is something that I anticipated happening because you can't, because the game is going to lack credibility when everybody is betting on these games because there's just too much money going around now. When money is involved in anything, it taints it. You know what I mean? So everybody's betting on these games. You think Vegas is going to want to lose money? So you might see a Cooper Flag dribble the basketball out when he only needs one more point to go over. You know what I'm saying? You might see Victor Wembanyama not grab a rebound because he can't go over tonight. So you just never know with the way these players play. I wish gambling was where the players would just play the game and everything would just figure itself out. But obviously, that doesn't seem to be the case. A lot of people are taking out bets, props, and so the NFL, they kind of have to rig the games in a sense, just so they can make back on their profit, just so the house can always win in a sense. You know what I mean? So now the NBA is kind of lacking credibility a little bit because if all these players are faking injuries, like John Porter faking an injury just so he can make a bag, you know what I mean? guys not really going their hardest because they have a parlay out. Somebody has a parlay out on them. It just ruins the credibility of the league, and I can see why the NBA doesn't allow their own players to bet on the games, because it just wouldn't make any sense. But they're still finding ways to get around it. It's not even the players anymore, bro. It's the coaches now too. And I feel like this is not just the NBA. This is all over. Every sports league you can think of, bro. I'm pretty sure players and coaches are in on the games and stuff. It just what comes with the territory when it comes to betting. Everybody wanted betting to be legal. Now betting is legal. Now you can see the legalization of betting around these states and how it affects the game. It affects the credibility of the game, you know? Because usually people used to just sit in front of their TVs and just enjoy the moment. Now we can't even do that anymore. We watching the game, we looking down at our parlay. We looking down our parlay. So, you know what I mean? It's just a lot going on with this gambling stuff, man. Gambling is at its all-time high that it's ever been. Like, people are gambling more than they are drinking liquor. You know what I mean? So, and the NBA, the NFL, they don't care. They're going to promote this stuff to you guys because at the end of the day, they know that they're going to make their money off of you. They're going to make their money back. So they're just going to keep letting us gamble. They're going to keep going with the flow. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, man, they know they're going to make money. And that's all it's about. It's about making money. So they don't really care about the product like that, bro. As long as they can make their money, they don't care. That's the reason why when you're watching the NBA Finals with your children, you'll see a Hennessy commercial. I thought this was supposed to be friendly. I thought this was supposed to be a family-friendly content. Why are we seeing Henny bottles at commercial time? The NBA is sponsoring Henny. Come on, bro. That's not kid-friendly. But you know what, man? This is something that I kind of already knew. So I'm not surprised by it, man. But I don't really know what the NBA should do, honestly, man, because you've already legalized gambling, so you can't really go back in that sense because there's too much money tied into it now. I think this is just gonna keep going on, and we're just gonna keep getting these new reports and stories out as we go along. But I just believe that this is gonna keep going on. Honestly, guys, it might just not be safe to bet on the NBA right now. You know what I mean? It might just not be safe to bet on the NBA right now. I'm probably not going to start betting on the NBA until the NFL season ends because the NBA has a huge gambling problem. A huge gambling problem, man. But y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes, man. And y'all let me know how y'all feel about the NBA's gambling scandal, man. And do the NBA have a gambling problem? I think they do, but we can have a discussion about it in the comments, man. Other than that, I'm out, man. Peace. And I'm going to get up with y'all in the next video.